I caught it late, dog. We back in the building, though. Back in the building. And then we got the big dog back in the building. Kev, what it do?
Man, chillin', bro. What's good, boy? It got cold out here.
Ooh. Hey, I'm trying to tell you. Hey, colder than the polar bear's toenail.
Y'all talking about, man, y'all played in New England. Y'all should be used to this, but I'm from here.
Yeah, I'm not. It don't matter. They do say that. People do say that. You play that, you be used to it. Nah, you don't get used to cold weather if you don't like cold weather.
I actually like when it gets cold.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I actually like when it gets cold.
I like the seasons. You know, like I like to see the trees and shit change. Like that from when we was in New England. I like that. And I like the snow sometimes. I just don't like that ice and after the snow. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, because we experienced it and we had to shovel ice and get that ice off of our windshields and stuff in the morning before work. Yeah, it was fun at the beginning.
Right.
Because we had never experienced it, but after a while.
I ain't gonna lie, boy. My first experience with that shit was not pleasant. And so I think if it was pleasant for me, it might have been okay. But the fact that I ain't have the necessary tools.
The
kit to accomplish what I needed to was a damn problem. You know what I'm saying? Stu in the building. Look at it. He had to jump off of what the hell he was doing right quick. I always catch him off guard, Kel. We're gonna take.
Trying to get them stats right over here.
It's all good. It's all good.
We know he over there chilling, dog. It's all right. You know we're gonna take it off. Right. We got Mr. Black, LSU in the building.
Don't fix that beanie.
TJ. What's up, TJ?
She's trying to fix herself.
What? Yeah, Mr. Black LSU, when's the vote?
Voting starts tomorrow at 9 a.m.
What exactly is Mr. Black LSU? Explain to the people.
So Mr. Black LSU will be awarded to the person who just represents the Black LSU community. You know.
How do you get nominated for that, TJ?
So Black Student Union is in charge of it, and so they do you submit basically a little application and tell them about yourself, and the students will be the people to select tomorrow.
So you nominated yourself, or somebody nominates you?
I nominated myself, but they told me.
Of course you
to,
did.
You know, people advised me you should do it because I really forgot.
Because you was popular.
I forgot about it, and then I just.
So let me ask you this: the people out there watching, what makes you Mr. Black LSU?
Just my overall contribution to the LSU community since I got here my freshman year. I've been involved since day one in student government, working for football, doing a lot of different things. I do community service off campus with the Bridge Agency, so just making a good name for myself, carrying myself well on campus. I'm reliable, you know. They call me
You
Mr.
are reliable.
They call me Mr. LSU already.
You are reliable. You are reliable. You're always on time. Always ready to go. Always got your paperwork and your stats. You are reliable. I definitely give you that.
Appreciate
Good
it.
young man. Y'all vote for my dog, man. Jay, what up?
What's up?
Jay in the building. You cold, huh?
Yeah, bring that mic.
You from Dallas, dog. You from Dallas. It get cold in Dallas, y'all. You
Not
should be all right.
really.
What do you mean not really?
Y'all get
Dallas
snow
gets
up
cold.
there.
What are you
Sometimes.
talking about?
It
Not
does,
really.
but
Y'all get snow more than us.
Yeah,
The last
you
time I
even
was
know what
like-
happens in Dallas with temperature. It gets cold in Dallas.
It's
What
cold
are you
right
talking
now,
about?
but it don't. It's kind of to me, it's like how it is in Louisiana. It don't get that cold, but it's more.
It gets colder in Dallas than it does here.
I see what Jamil's saying because being from Atlanta, it gets colder in Atlanta, but
it's not cold. Often.
But it's not cold all it's snow there.
Atlanta
once a
cold,
year,
dog.
But it don't feel
What
like
the
it's
hell y'all
cold
talking
all
about?
the time.
Yeah.
By March, I start wearing shorts.
Shorts.
Yeah, I get it. One of my coldest experiences
So it's
was
not
in
like-
Atlanta, though.
Atlanta cold. Atlanta get cold, dog.
It'd be
It get
it's
cold,
gonna be
but not for
27
long.
next week.
I don't know why that time it was cold. It was for an all-star game or something. It was cold.
NBA.
Yes, indeed. Boy, I was like, why am I here?
Yeah, sound about right.
SEC championship bound Tigers. Oh Lord, none of us got the score right either. Let's just start.
Not
there.
even close.
Not even remotely close. Not even
It
remotely.
don't even matter what the score
No.
was.
100%. 100%. I'm just talking about inside this room. None of us was close.
When have we got the score right? I just
Hey,
want to ask
I've been
a question.
close.
No. We're not talking about close.
I've been close.
We're not talking about close. We're talking about right.
Nobody. And that's like winning the lottery. Well, no one was close, though. I mean, we were all off. The score is what? 17,
So are we
what was the score?
13-10.
Yeah.
So-
What was
so-
the closest? 24.
24-21.
You see nothing.
24-17. Somebody said like 24-17.
Me?
But we couldn't even.
Me.
That's
That was me.
still.
We was all off. But like Kev said, don't nobody give a damn.
Elements, though. You know,
Got to, we in it. We in it.
Right,
That
right,
was the
right.
game we talked about. Trap game. We all said it. Kev, you said it first. We all said it was a trap game. And you just got to come out to win because of what was at stake.
Right.
It don't matter. From this point out, it's just win. From this point out, it's just win, baby, win. All I do is win. That's it. That's all they need to do from it. It don't matter about no style points. It don't matter about none of that shit. All you got to do is win. Against who we got this weekend? UAB? Just win. I don't give a shit. You beat them by 30, beat them by 3. Just win. Who else? Texas. I'm serious. It ain't going to matter.
Yes, in the win and loss
Of
column,
course,
yes.
I mean getting better and all
Yes,
that shit.
yes,
That's on
yes,
you.
yes.
I don't expect us to lose the win like that to UAB. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is from this point on, if you win every game out, you win the national championship. If you win every game out, you win that. If you win out, you definitely in the playoffs.
Right.
No matter if you win by 1 or 2 against the next 3 opponents. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, not UAB. You don't want to damn drop the baby.
No.
You know, you don't want to
No,
drop the
not at
baby
this
now.
one. Not at this one.
But man, what do you thought about it, dog?
The game?
Yeah.
Kind of what I thought. I actually watched the game with a couple of former teammates, and we was talking about actual game in Arkansas. That's a game that you really don't want to go play
100%.
because you know the temperature. You know it's either gonna be a late night game or it's gonna be an early morning game. You never know if it can be raining, a little misty or cold up there. It's what we thought. But at the end of the day, they won the game no matter how. Sometimes in football and in sports, it don't matter how you win the game.
Just
like
win.
you just were saying, win the game.
Win.
And we going to correct all the mistakes later.
Yeah. And you know, the impressive part for me, honestly, was coming off of such a substantial win.
Emotional
win. Great word. That's what I'm looking for, dog. Coming off an emotional win like that, and then you know what the letdown could be, and now the expectation. So you know being out just fighting against that, and like Kev pointed out, the elements crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what you're going up against, and just like just a mucked up game. You know what I mean? Mucked up game, kind of a lineman's game.
Right. Got to wake up early in the morning.
Early morning, yeah.
There ain't no telling, what time. Some coaches have different regiments of what time they want to wake up. Never know with Coach Kelly and his staff.
Yeah.
But it's still an early morning, and you got to get your clock going quicker.
You got to get your clock going quicker, and we're not used to that. You know what I mean, right, TJ? Like as athletes, we're used to staying on a regimen and a schedule.
Routine.
And when that's early or later, it throws you off a bit. And, these guys answered the bell.
Definitely.
The O-line again answered the bell.
Amazing.
The running backs again answered the bell. And I give a shout out to Jaden Daniels, man, just for continuing to fight in that game. And although it wasn't his type of game as far as with passing of the football, he used his legs at a critical time, just like he has done throughout the year. He took good care of the football, such as he's done the entire year, and he found a different way to win the game. They found a different way to win the game. And we already know what that defense do.
That's how you grow your football team.
Yeah.
Different games.
Yeah.
Always going to be different. How you play different teams is always going to be different. This game was different, totally different.
Yeah.
And like you just pointed out, Jaden had to figure it out. They all had to figure it out really, and win the game no matter what it takes.
Shout out to them. Let's run them thing, baby. You ready, Stu? You all right over there now? You ready?
I don't have no tape
You
today.
straight? What you got up there?
I said I don't have no tape today.
You ain't never tell me that. We don't even got Perk.
Peoples.
Man, I heard you had Perk on Tuesday.
Yeah, we had to corral it a little bit. You know, he's getting huge. He's getting a little huge.
Who you telling?
He's getting a little huge.
I'm about to see if he need a bodyguard walking around campus.
He might. He definitely gonna need like a personal something. You know what I mean?
And I know what you're talking about, but I think he has that already. Shout out to Onk, man. Shout out to Onk, bro.
They need another one. They need to put a couple on that boy because it's serious.
You
It's
do got his Tasmanian Devil video.
Let me see it.
You can put that up.
Just by my care.
You know,
Special
when you
football player.
Bro, when you bust onto the scene like that and you don't know really what you're doing yet as far as schematically just being a player, using your God-given ability and learning on the run, because that's what basically these guys are doing.
He's having fun.
Having
He's
a great
playing
time.
ball.
He having a great time. And he fast.
And
More fast.
what's making it that much more, he's making plays doing that. Once
Same time.
Once the defense and the scheme is like, he knows it like the back of his hand, I can just about imagine how.
And all that is mental.
Right. And he's just young right now.
That's all we talking about.
And
Yeah, boy,
the crazy thing is he
freshman.
might have it.
Right.
He might have it because that's
You right. 'Cause
He's
we don't
special,
know.
bro.
You right. I'm gonna say he does too, because the way he dissect that thing and understand. And I'm gonna tell you, I've been screaming shout out to Matt House for a minute now, but shout out to Matt House, man. I saw he's up for an award.
Right. I see that.
Assistant Coach of the Year award.
What is it?
Assistant Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I saw he was up for that. He deserved that, dog. He deserved to be up for that, dog. Matt House, I ain't gonna lie. Matt House and that defense been shutting shit down from the second quarter on all year. Yeah, even in Florida State, you saw a little something. But after, man, listen, the way he's getting these guys to understand what he wants them to do. Kid, we talk about it all the time.
His adjustments.
Adjustment and coaches.
On the field, on the fly. That's key. That is so key because, like you say, from the second quarter on, this really has been something that's been seen, and it's visual. It's visual.
Dog, the defense shut shit down after the second quarter on, dog. Like after the second, I ain't even talking about halftime. After halftime, shit, you forget about shit. From the second quarter on, they shut it down. And after halftime, you forget about it. Like that, what he's doing to them and getting those guys to understand exactly what he wants, and those guys understand exactly where they need to be as the game goes on and as it progresses, is a phenomenal feat, man. We always talk about coaches having to be able to take it from the classroom and dictate it and relate it to the guys, and those are the really, really great coaches that could get guys to understand. And he's getting freshmen to understand what he wants and how to, and he putting them in great position. They trust in him and he trusts in them.
Shout out to them too for adjusting,
Yeah,
for being
man.
able to adjust.
Yeah, smart guys.
Right, because
Smart guys.
during the course of the week, you are taught one thing. You're going to do this against that formation. We're going to do this against this formation.
Next week.
And then during the game, you
Go
got to
on.
adjust.
Yeah, second quarter.
During the game, you got to adjust. So
Yeah.
shout out to those guys for understanding.
100%.
But back to Coach House, the trust that they have in him.
Bro, we got the film ready. Let me see that perk video. Why are we still up there? I don't know what's going on with Stu.
Internet, baby.
That was
Come
that
on,
was
Stu, man. Just
Oh, yeah, the
internet is something, man.
that was Stu.
Strong, murderous beast. Jaws as powerful as a steel trap. Has ravenous appetite.
And look at how quickly
A ravenous appetite. Yeah, he does.
That is unbelievable. This guy's unbelievable.
The Tasmanian Devil's liable to get you. He's a mean, vicious, nasty.
Sacked by Harold
So that's his
Perkins.
nickname now?
Perkins
Yeah,
has been
Tasmanian
harassing
Devil.
Arkansas
Who gave it to him? That's
all day
awesome.
long.
And that's all, folks.
Strong,
I ain't gonna lie, dog. I love the name, but that video, I didn't like that.
They could have went a little harder.
Yeah.
I didn't like that video.
There's a lot more Tasman. I watched Tasmanian Devil for a long time when I was younger. They got a lot more videos than that.
That's more vicious, huh? I I don't know who put that together.
LSU football.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
Shout out
that's
to
why.
y'all for putting it
That's
out there
why.
though, for my man.
That's
all.
why. That's why.
It
That's
just
a
might
great
have been too
video
movish.
for him to showcase him.
right,
So that was awesome. I didn't know they put it. That's awesome that they put that down for him. But y'all could have did better job. I could have did better. It could have been. It wasn't hype enough. That boy gets loose, man.
Yeah.
So for real. That boy get loose. What you got, Stu? Oh, you got Viz. Boy, I tell you. Why is a kicker? Why is
It started. That's how it started. That's just how
Why
it started.
is it of the kicker?
That's just how it
I
started.
don't like the kickers, boy.
That's not right.
Oh, this ain't even.
Bus.
This ain't
That
even
ain't
the right
this shit.
thing.
Look at Stu.
Ooh.
It got me bad.
Yeah.
I got you.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
did us
remember
bad.
that.
They did us bad.
I can't do nothing but shake my head.
Is it? Travel.
Don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing.
Never shake my head, dog.
Ain't nobody saying nothing.
Don't say. And hey, you know what we always talked about though, Kev, is like when you play a game that you expected to win in after coming off of a big win, and you know you have some teams that survive it, some teams don't survive it, right? So the mark of a good team, in my opinion, is surviving it.
Yes, definitely.
You know,
Definitely.
surviving it. And I think, because, I mean, listen, and that's the other thing with it is like, when you go into it and you're coming off of an Alabama where you play well, now you come into this game and you don't play as well. So the coaches now, and you was in this position, the coaches now have a lot of shit to throw at you. A lot of shit to keep your ass on your toes.
Definitely.
So you don't get the big head and all that type.
We had it as players a couple of years. Because that Alabama game, forever, for ages, has always been that game that emotionally it takes a lot out of you for both teams.
100%.
For us, for a lot of years, when we played, that next game was Ole Miss.
Right.
That was a tough game.
Ole Miss.
Ole Miss would tear our butt up sometimes because we were coming off an emotional win or loss against Alabama.
It's tough. It's tough. It's funny because you hear the announcers say that all the time when they're speaking of or when they're doing a game, and that's a scenario, and you know kind of take it for granted, but it makes a big difference, and that's why you always see the odds. The odds of coming off a high emotional game like that and then playing well the next weeks are very low, very, very low. So for us to survive that game, come off that game, win that game,
right?
Now are you gonna see a better performance going in against UAB, where we should have? You know, the weather's supposed to be bad, supposed to be cold, some rain. It's supposed to be what, in the 40s or below for that game.
Ooh. you know, as a football player, when you hear any type of rain and under 50, the mindset is different. That focus has to be there a little more, especially your mental focus on the game. I think so.
Yeah, your focus has to be your concentration, your focus, and everything has to be more. And I've never watched a game though in that kind of weather. I may if Micah play in it, you know, I'll sit out there and watch it. But I don't know about what. TJ, you watching that game? Would you watch that game out in the stands? You not?
I don't sit in the stands as is.
No, but what I'm saying though, like, oh, okay.
Oh, like as a
I
student?
know you the big dog. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, like, I mean,
what happened?
I do feel like we should tailgate still.
You know what I'm saying? Like, in 40 degrees and rainy, is the student section live?
I mean, we'd be having to play Alabama or, you know what I'm
Not
saying?
for UAB.
Yeah, but for UAB, we're going to watch it at the crib.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. What you got, Stu? Goodness gracious.
Talk to me, baby.
You're going to take his damn credentials. Right? Shit.
My bad, Stu, for egging it on. My bad, bro. My bad.
It's cool.
My bad.
You gonna take his
I just thought it was the
credentials,
right time. This dude.
dog. It was. It was a lot of time here. A lot of time. This is what I was worried about. Is that back? Every time I saw this and seen a guy roaming from the back, Stewart and a company, I always anticipated strip sack, but he held on to the ball. Pick right here. This was just ball got away from him.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, you think he just had a bad grip
Yeah,
on
the
the
ball
ball?
got away from him. Came over the side of his hand. Right into the damn defender. I mean, you never see this, dog. You know, usually you see a tip, you know, that's straight.
Yeah, it was straight in his chest.
Yeah, it came off the side of his hand. It was just a bad play. Bad came off. One
See,
of those
as a-
things that don't happen.
As a guy that didn't play quarterback, you would never know that. You would never understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
that can happen. You're like, how that can happen?
Yeah, bro. It's just like, you know, when you go back to throw and you come forward and the ball.
Right, just fly.
Yeah. Bro, I used to think the same thing, Kev, till it happened to me. It just, you know, playing that position, it happens. It's like saying carrying the ball 300 times, you're never going to fumble.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which we know happens. And this is just part of the slobber knocker that was going on.
Right.
With the game. You know, the turnovers.
Which, for this week's game, we can't have none of that.
No.
We got to go in, try to play mistake-free football, penalty-free football.
Well, to your point earlier when I was talking about, you know what I mean, we could win by one. No, not against UAB. All right. We understand what was last week. Now this is a get back on track week. You know what I mean? Let's get back on track. Get the run game going. Get everybody go on. Cause we want to build momentum going to Atlanta. I seen you nodding your damn head over there, TJ. What you nodding your head for? Yeah, you was agreeing.
TJ is not worried about you.
Yeah, I'm just getting
TJ
some
is
info.
Campaigning for Mr. Black LSU.
No, I'm just getting some information on your girl, Flaw J. Johnson, so we could talk about it.
Rogers missed his dog.
Your dog just caused the phone.
Listen, he gonna come back up there with something now. You know
Something
that.
else gonna happen.
You
right?
know that he gonna make at least 3 plays a quarter.
His closeout speed is just. If Jaden getting away, he was taking that to the house.
Yeah, he was about to pick that up because he ran into him and knocked him off.
Well, I told a lot of people, yes, his closeout speech is ridiculous, but this kid could be like a 4-star, 5-star running back too now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But they always did say, you guys that play running back that don't work out at running back are really good receivers. Devin White, AK.
But look at him. He's still a freshman though, doing closing out like that. You know, he's still.
Man, like Kev said, man, the boy having fun is playing football. This is what I'm talking about from the back. He's having fun playing football.
This spin move was sick. That was.
I wish he could have got out of that for real.
These are just the timely runs, man, using his feet in this kind of game. Listen, they covered us up too.
Right, they did.
Yeah,
The
they
coverage
covered
was
us
pretty
up.
good.
They covered us up. Oh Lord, don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Don't hurt him. Here
And
go your
things
boy
like
Josh.
this,
Quick.
Things like this, that's what hurts a offensive line that hasn't had a lot of time together. And that's another thing about this week's game.
Movement.
Yes, it's another thing about this week's game. It gives them another game under their belt that they can play together, that they can get a
100%.
feel for each other.
100%.
Because we know that this offensive line been mixing and matching, but for the past, 3-4 weeks,
Yep.
they have been together.
Yep.
And that matters.
And Georgia's D-line is good.
Who said it wasn't?
They good. I know I just jumped over 2 whole damn
Who
games.
said it wasn't? But
Georgia's D-line good. So, here, they going to see these movements.
I know you was mad at him about that one.
don't tell me that.
Got to put the ball in the outside hand.
No. I don't coach that way.
How you coach, Cat? Tell them.
I do not coach that way. Yes, a lot of coaches do, and older coaches do. But as a player that played for a very long time, that had opportunity in his first few years, that they told him that he was going to get cut if he continued on fumbling the ball, which was me. They brought Corey
Who
Dillon
told
in.
you that, dog?
New
Bill?
England. Yeah.
Bill told you they're
And
going to cut
they
you
brought,
if you kept
yes,
fumbling?
Corey Dillon. They brought Corey Dillon in. And Corey Dillon, if you notice Corey Dillon always
Same
carried the
hand.
ball in his left hand,
Same hand.
no matter what. And I was like, dog, how? He's like, man, look, I don't care where I'm going, which side I'm running the ball to. This is my comfortable hand. I'm keeping it in their hand. But at the same time, I get what people saying. You can stiff on somebody, but I'd rather save them a couple of yards to secure the ball.
Right.
Secure the ball.
Put it in your comfortable.
Exactly.
CD ain't never switched that damn ball.
No, at all, bro.
Never.
At all.
CD ain't never switched that damn ball. That's a big ass
and you know,
boy.
and you know what reminded me of it this year when I went to the Giants and worked with Saquon.
He don't switch it.
He's a right hand.
Yeah,
He's
he
right
can
hand
use
dominant.
right hand.
And
CD ain't
coach
never
was trying to get him to put it in his left hand, and he actually tried to, but you can see the difference. You could have tell the difference how loose it was in his left. In his right, it was like a like
How
grip,
it's supposed
yeah.
to be, yeah.
But in his left, it was kind of you could see how loose it was and everything. And we watching film and we looking at it like, wow, okay. And I'm telling coach, not trying to tell him what to.
Yeah, but let that boy keep that thing
Right,
in
right,
his right
right,
hand,
right.
For real. I remember CD. Don't back up. Don't back up. Gotta see that. Go back. Gotta see that right there. Don't back up. Don't back up. Step up. Step up in that.
Yeah, but the center
Don't
was
back up.
step
Step up. Yeah, you can still step up. Step up to the
think he
left.
should go to the right.
Left and over.
Yeah.
He can still step up. You got to see that. As soon as he pull and come around here, you see that pressure come, boom, off to the left. You can see that.
Was
And
that
you-
more line movement?
Yeah. We're going to see it all year. Because they still, that's what kills all, that's what's been killing us. Like you said, the young, the most, we killing us.
Watch the rough, bro.
Yeah.
I saw the ref get killed.
He ain't moved the whole game. He just stood right there the whole game. He got the
He
best seat
could
in
have
the
lost
game.
his ACL, his knee right there.
Right,
bro.
right. Exactly.
For real. A lot of time. Good decision. I think he could have had the slant up top early. If you just let it go. And see, this is the other part where we got to get to is knowing that down here when we get close, like they always speak, it gets tighter.
Yes.
Gets a lot tighter, gets a lot tighter. So we have to just let that ball go. Let that thing go. But hey, good decision. Didn't turn the ball over. Back on defense. You see the same thing from our defense, Kev, up front with the twist.
Yes.
The twists and the stunts all the time. And that's because it gives these guys problems, man. It
Especially these young offensive linemen.
gives them a lot of damn problems.
What's the problem with them taking a sack away from him? I seen that on.
One of them plays was like, I don't know why they took it from him.
Man, let me tell you something.
Which play? Show me one right now.
I think it was the one where the quarterback, the ball went off his.
Listen,
The
man.
last play of the game, I think they took that one from him. Because I don't think he technically brought him down. He just took the ball. But I think it's still a sack.
Man, a lot of people get sacks like that.
I know.
That they counted
Go
like
back,
that.
go back to that last play. Not this one, the one before that.
Oh my God.
You know what's so funny about this play, dog? Watch when you get the other view. Watch how when the ball snap, he don't even move. He just stand there and look at it.
Oh, yeah. That's his.
He
that's
just
his
stand there and look at it and see what's going on. Then he walk.
He's spying.
I know.
Look.
It's so funny though.
Then he
dog.
went to the wrong side.
Right.
Nah, I don't even think he did it. I think he baited him.
Oh.
I really don't think he went. I think he baited him, bro. I said the same thing when I watched it. Damn, he stepped to the wrong side. I think he baited him. It's just so crazy, dog, because he walk and look. Kid's crazy.
And you know that dude ain't never been caught on a
Hey,
football
that
field
kid-
in his life.
Who?
Before?
Right.
Never been
He's
caught on a
like a
football field in his
speed
life.
demon. He's a speed demon, but like to
Tell
Kev's
something.
point earlier, that's why I said that, just not Kev, because to your point, I didn't think about it. See, to your point, when you said, hell, he might have it now, I think he does. I think he does much more than I thought he did that I gave him credit for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like he does. I definitely think he does. He understands a whole lot for, like you said, the dude's special, man. Special. Now, that was a hitch and go right there. Coming back for the left side. That was a great job of him coming off and coming to boutique. Now, that was a hitch and who was two?
Lacey.
Lacey, yeah. That was a hitch and go to the left. That was a good job of him coming off on this one. Great route. Good actually late. Good route.
Ball was actually a little
Yeah,
bit
behind him.
Yeah, it was a little behind. So we got UAB this week. That's what we got?
Mm-hmm.
What's spread? What's spread, TJ?
I think it's 14.
14 and a half.
Yeah, 14 and a half, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Close.
UAB this week. UAB this week is a in my opinion, is a get back on track game. We understood what last week's game was about and what happened because of what happened against Alabama. But now it's kind of like refocus, right? Refocus on the goals and everything we have. Well, actually refocus on the goals that are now ahead of us, now in front of us. No one expected LSU to be in this position that they are in currently, to go and represent the West in the SEC championship game against the Georgia Bulldogs. When is that, December 3rd?
Yes.
December 3rd in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Mm-hmm. Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So y'all already know, man. What happened, Kev? We're going to be in that thing. We're going to, they're going to have some people in that thing loose. Have a good time, and come home. And look, we've talked about it, Kevin and I. It's one of those years right now that we did not know what we think we'll be in this position. We are. Who knows what the hell happens? Who knows what happens from here? Because if you ask me right now, we stack our starters up. Our depth is a little suspect. But if you stack our starters up, I'll stack our starters up with anybody else in the country. I don't think anybody's really pulling away or there's any dominant that. If our quarterback continues to play how he's playing in our defense with Matt House and them continue to play, the receivers continue to do the Archie pointed out the offensive line continue to get better. We have a shot, bro. We have a shot. We have a shot. We have a shot. We have a real shot. I think we have a shot.
I want to see us grow these next two games.
Yeah.
As a team, I know as coaches and the coaching staff, they understand what these next two games is for this team.
Big.
Right. Yes, they have made it to the SEC West Championship game, but there's still some work that we have to do as a football team.
Oh, yeah.
To get better in preparation for the SEC championship game in certain areas of our football team.
You're damn right. They got to, like you pointed out, they got to continue to build. And you want a dominant performance or as dominant as you can get against UAB because you want to be able to take some guys out. You want to be able to sit some guys down, try to build that depth like you try
and play some younger guys.
Play some younger guys, build our football team. Build a team up, like you pointed out, build, because you're ahead of schedule. Stay ahead of schedule. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Stay ahead of schedule. But it's definitely good things, and I'm looking forward to seeing these boys get back on track this week. We're going to take a short break, man, and we're going to come back. We got Jay up. We got some hot topics, a lot of stuff going on with basketball and a host of other things. So we'll be back, and we're going to jump into this hot topic song. Where my Dawgz at? We'll be back.
Is ready to go to work for you. Come meet your team.
I'm your intake specialist. I coordinate your case and connect you with your attorney and paralegal.
That's us, your legal team.
Here you go.
Thanks. And we'll fight to get you every dollar you deserve.
I'm your settlements and disbursement manager, and I'm here to get you paid on time.
I'm attorney Gordon McKernan. Put our team to work today. Just call us. Get it done.
So, shit, if he's gonna come out and do that every time, now come back and backtrack and try to call Jimbo. That I talked to Jimbo personally about this, and their friendship was a friendship that was more professional. Yeah, business. You know what I mean? Professional. Not we gonna spend time in the off season and with our families and all that bullshit. It was, very professional. You coach for me, we learn from each other, that type of thing. We know each other's bullshit also. I know your bullshit, you know mine. So why would you bring that up? You know what I mean? Why would you open up that can when now they gonna dig into your shit? So now they're going to dig into all the bullshit. Guys could come out that's disgruntled with you, could come out and say all kind of bullshit. Guys that you just offered that bag to that didn't take it and went somewhere else and took the other bag. Now they could come out and say, you know what I mean? It's just all that shit. So why not keep all that in-house? And coach just chimed in on that. Lane Kiffin chimed in too. Lane Kiffin was like, Lane Kiffin said his mouth was still wide open. It was 7 o'clock and he's still looking at the television. And the press conference was at damn 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? So all those coaches chimed in because they were surprised at what happened with Coach Saban saying that. Because if you think about Coach Saban, everything that he does is very calculated, and it's to move the needle in his direction, in his favor. So I don't know if what his motive was. I would love for him to let us know what that was, or to come out so we can find out. I don't know what his motive was, but whatever his motive was, it was definitely something that he planned, in my opinion, just from playing for him and knowing him as friends. Hot topics, dog.
How you feeling,
Hot topics. Let's get into that right now. What we talking about right now is, myself. I played for Coach Jimbo Fisher, and I also played for Coach Nick Saban. At the twilight of my years at LSU, transferring from Coach Jerry DiNardo. And I've spoken about this a couple times. We got to turn the air up down in here, dog. Damn. I've seen Coach Saban, honestly, get into a few spats with coaches, with players. And the one person, honestly, and everybody knows Jimbo's my guy, but the one person that I've never seen back down is Jimbo Fisher, right? So for Coach Saban to go into the kind of rant that he did, but I think it was a very strategic, a very planned rant on his part. I don't know if the name calling part, I think somebody might have slipped him a Mickey or slipped him something before he got on that podium. Because for him to call out Jimbo and then call out Deion Sanders, which has put all his efforts into trying to revitalize the HBCU and trying to bring notoriety and some platform to those guys at the HBCU level, for him to call them guys, and especially for him to call them guys out after dog. Coach Saban been winning the damn recruiting war and the recruiting battles for years now. Do we really think that he's winning those without the under-the-table deals that's now on top of the table? I mean, it's college football. You've been dominating the sport recruiting-wise and coaching-wise for a while now. So my thing is, damn, you talk about parity and you want everybody to catch up. Well, parity is happening. You know what I mean? Parity is happening when it comes to the Texas A&Ms, the Clemsons, the Ole Miss, these teams that used to be in the middle of the pack, and now these teams are now stepping up to the plate because of NIL. And the question, and that's why I said when he was at this this meeting that he was having, it was for boosters. You know what I mean? It was how you talking about somebody else's money and you there begging for money. You there trying to get these people to, or you trying to let them know, listen, these guys, the reason why they took 4 of the top 8 guys that we were going after, and they are edge rushers and they are defensive players, it's because they got more money. It's because they offered these guys more money. Their NIL deals were better. So open up them textbooks and let me get this money. You know, whether it was that angle or the angle of trying to, like you said, get some kind of parity for the NCAA or the federal government, whoever the hell, to come in and regulate what they're doing with the money. I say this, man, you better catch up.
In a wreck, Gordon McKernan injury.
The coach is the most important play in this whole thing with these guys, because one is new offenses, then guys are younger, guys are coming from different systems, coming from different everywhere. So the one that's the other fact that's going to come into this, whoever picks this shit up the fastest, whoever picks this
it's
up
an even
to where,
playing field.
Yeah, 100%.
Even playing field, because you talk about Miles Brennan having experience. He's had, 4 different coordinators in 4 years?
Yeah, but that helps him also.
Yeah, because that's just different terminology at that point. I've seen it all.
Yeah.
To bring back the Joe Brady one. That one worked. That one seemed to work.
Yeah, you adapt, man. You adapt to it. And Nussmeier by him coming, his dad being a coach and coming from that pedigree and that background, this is also something that he should be comfortable with. I know he's young, but learning different terminology, concepts are basically the same.
It's just different verbiage.
Curl flat is curl flat. Goals is goals. You know what I mean? It's just different terminology. So that type of thing for them should get picked up pretty easily from Nussmeier, from all those guys. All those guys are smart guys. Miles, all those guys. They should pick that up pretty swiftly. But Nussmeier's advantage in this whole thing is, I mean, without a doubt, his legs. Without a doubt, his confidence. You know, without a doubt, his ability. And he actually reads defenses pretty good right now for the stage that he is in his young career. He picks up defenses and goes to the right place with the ball pretty good. His problem is getting them feet in line all the time or going there because he's so athletic. You know what I mean? So sometimes he just relies strictly on that quick twitch and getting that ball out, but he has to get his feet lined up. And also with him, he has to work on that accuracy as well.
So well, I gotta tell you what happened. So, man, when they play that song, that fight song, man. You know, we only play that fight song in the fourth quarter and the start of the game. Well, it was a time where they were trying to rally us because we were getting our ass destroyed.
Yeah, it was 13-0 at halftime.
The band played the fight song in the second quarter.
Sure did.
Man,
they absolutely
that
did.
goddamn song got in my bones, and I started having a goddamn out-of-body experience. And I told Coach Saban was walking, and I told Coach Saban, Coach, I want to play. And he looked at me and said, "Why don't you step behind the line?"
Hey, back at it. We're going to start our hot topics off with definitely get well soon to Baton Rouge native Mike Hollis. Had the privilege of knowing this young man well, played with my son at U-High. Just want to send a big where my dog is at. Get well soon, big dog. Look forward to seeing you back up and moving around and enjoying life, man, like you was before, man. And I definitely, our prayers and everything are with you and the family, bro. And just know that Baton Rouge and the community is definitely behind you and wishing you a speedy recovery.
Definitely.
Kev, I know you know him, so.
Just knowing the family,
Yeah.
recruiting him whenever he was coming out of high school and his mama and everything. When you feel a relationship between a mom and her son, mom and her kid, you feel it, you understand it.
Yeah.
I felt that relationship between her and her kid, and like always, you wish it would have worked out the way that he could have come to LSU and everything, and she could have been close, but at the same time, God has a plan for everything.
100%. And we don't know what it is, but we definitely honor it, obey it, and walk in them footsteps to make it happen, man. And like I said, Kev, for all us, I know how you feel about the
Prayers
kid.
out to the family.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely. Tragedy. You don't send your kid off to school somewhere and expect something like that to transpire, to take place, to, uproot you and just have to Especially with you, I ain't even got to talk to you about it, homie. So we gonna, all right, we gonna go ahead and move on. What you got, Jay? What you got?
You saw Deshaun Watson return back to practice today?
Deshaun Watson. Let me ask you this: How long has Deshaun Watson been out?
He hasn't played since January 3rd, 2020.
Damn. And we in 2022, so that's 2 seasons. 2 seasons he hasn't played. So they anticipate. So he went back to practice today as a starter.
No.
Okay.
No. I think he got a few more.
So they're gonna bring him back in. So. He's still suspended. He's just eligible to go back as a starter.
Right.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see how they work him back in. Because what are we expecting the Browns to do in the division? I know they're tough. They always a tough out. I know from the betting odds all week on Sundays.
That's just gonna make it that much tougher though. Yeah. And I know that he hasn't played in a couple of years, but
they paying him though, Kev. You know how it is when they paying him.
Yeah,
guaranteed, Kev.
1,000 days. It's been 1,049 days since he's played.
It's a long time for a quarterback, dog.
You know better than me.
You damn right.
You know better than me.
It's a long time for a quarterback, man. And if you haven't been going through like simulative training, 7-on-7, basically having your own little squad and going through like really, seeing coverages, seeing rotations at the NFL caliber. It's going to be tough. And like you just pointed out, Kev, it's going to be tough for him to get back going. But I'm pretty sure that they're going to throw him back in there towards the end.
Oh, they have to.
Right.
We all just said it.
Because for him, it's next year, right?
They gave him, yes,
right.
To get ready for next year.
Yeah.
Everything right now is a bonus.
Correct, because you basically right. What you think, Stu?
And then they gotta play him.
It's gonna be interesting to see where he is, though, man. Yeah, we ain't seen Deshaun Watson in a long time.
I would think he's still in shape, right? I mean, he
would
would have to be training or something. Like he would have to be doing something outside because I don't think
being in shape
and being in football shape is two different things.
Being in football shape is two different things. And being in shape and being mentally in shape is totally different when the game is moving.
Yeah, he shouldn't be looking like he been going to happy ending massage parlors though for the last 2 years. Is what you know what I'm saying?
Why would you?
At least his muscles not tight.
That was
it
was cut.
We know he ain't gonna pull nothing. Or he might do it on purpose just to go back.
Hey, you never know.
See, that was funny by Stu, Kev. You gotta give Stu a little humor right there. That was funny.
But you threw him an alley.
Of course I did.
You threw him an alley, and
of course
he dunked
I did.
You
of course I did. Hey,
he
Kobe
like,
the Shaq.
But not everybody.
He like
can
Dominique Wilkins windmill that month.
Bang, 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 baby. Nah, I'm with Stu though. The boy got to be in shape. Now, like you said, okay, it's a different thing. That's why I said all the simulate. You could do all.
Man,
it got to be different, but it's gonna be interesting, bro. Because I mean, he's still. How old is Deshaun Watson? What he is? Late 20s, if that.
I think he might be 26.
Come on, we got the
27 years old.
27 years old. 27 years old. He right there. He right there.
I got some good Wi-Fi in you. I tell you that much.
That shit fast, ain't it? I'm trying to tell you. That shit fast. There you go. Shout out to Jordy. Better get that thing right. Deshaun Watson.
We just need the voice activated Wi-Fi now. Hey, I need this.
That Siri?
They got Alexa right next to you.
What, Alexa right here?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, I'm standing to be corrected. She is here.
Alexa.
I don't like none of that. I don't know. I feel like all of these.
All these.
Here you go. Man,
see, like they be listening to your conversation.
Alexa, stop.
That's the government.
Yeah, exactly. They be wanting you now. They want you to upload your ID to Instagram to verify yourself.
Kat, what you told her?
All that is just.
I don't know what we told her. We said her name and she came
started
alive.
Playing music.
Oh yeah, I like that though. I like when you could tell them to play something and they just play it. For real, so you just typing in shit and all like you just talk to them. Look, play Bob Marley, pop up. I like it. What we got, Jay?
You saw Steph Curry had a 50-piece last night.
Man,
but the big thing is from that is that Steve Kerr said this might be like their last year together with Clay, Draymond, and Steph. That's just what he said.
Who said that?
The coach.
Why he said that?
That's just what
their contracts up? I know Steph ain't going. Who?
Draymond's might be.
Draymond's up.
Yeah, they finna get rid of Draymond. He just after
Draymond shouldn't have punched that boy.
Yeah.
I get all of that, yo. This basketball team is not playing well right now.
Golden State?
No. They just started like having a couple of game winning streak. So I gotta find some way to motivate this team.
You think it's a motivational tactic?
Whatever as a coach, whatever you have to do to motivate your team to get them to play, that's what you're gonna do.
Hey man, why you always got my lighter, TJ? Give me my
Now
lighter,
that's
man.
at the same time that's taking a chance now. That's taking a chance because that can actually backfire against you too now.
Yeah, it's taking a chance. But, dog, if you look at the Golden State Warriors, though, it's been like Klay Thomas and Steph Curry, boom, boom, splash shit, the yellow splash boys, and then Draymond with his defense and his antics and his court vision. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think. Whenever I think of Draymond, that's what I think he's known for, like rallying the troops and trying to be an enforcer a little bit and all that. So why are they struggling?
Steve Kerr said he's failing them as a coach.
Who?
Steve Kerr said he's failing as a coach right now, so he has to find a way to get the production and commitment from the team.
That goes to Kev's point then. That goes to Kev's point. Kev is right then. If that's the statement he followed it up with, Kev is right. He did that as a motivational tactic. He just said, I have to try to do something to get the jump start them and get them going. But you know, this is the thing. And I experienced it when I first got in the league. Like, guys, when they're veteran guys, they have increments of when they begin to take things seriously or when they begin to really turn it on to play. Like, so for example, for me, when I got in the preseason, when I first got in New England, the preseason ain't shit to veteran guys. They don't give a shit about the preseason. They use that to like get loose, you know what I mean, hone their skills on other guys and things of that nature.
Work on something.
Yeah,
new.
work Work on whatever it is they worked on in the off season that they want to test now, whether it's a pass move, whether whatever it is. That's what for veteran guys that know they're gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Whereas for me, every one was like a Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like every preseason game, every practice was like a Super Bowl in the preseason for me. You know what I'm saying? Brand new, excited, woo. You know what I'm saying? Second year guys, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's increments to it. Then the regular season, they get going a little bit more. Then towards the end of the regular season, and we in playoff contention, turned up. Then the playoff time, shit. It's a whole different.
No distractions.
It's like you see a whole different person. You know what I'm saying? Everything. So that's how I like look at the NBA thing when you have these guys like Draymond and Steph and these guys, and I think they feel like they got to be in it, so to speak, and they feel like they got to be around. They know it's a long-ass season, like Kev was pointed out earlier with Steve Kerr trying to motivate them. They know it's a long-ass season. They just got to stay close, be close to the pack, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what goes into this shit. It's a young NBA season. This shit just started.
Yes, it just started.
Yeah,
and they are not spring chickens out there.
Exactly.
In the way
so
their style of play.
Kev.
Their style of play.
They run that bitch.
They run.
Yeah.
They run. and is Andrew Wiggins playing?
Swiggy? I like Swiggy, dog. I like Swiggy.
Yeah, he is.
Okay. I like Swiggy.
So
him and Poole.
So if they get rid of Draymond, I'm cool with that.
Yeah,
because
me
I know
too.
that's like the feeling spot.
Me too. Like, dog, and this thing is, like, what Draymond brings to the table is it takes a little wear and tear on you.
Right.
Besides the mental part, you know what I'm saying? The up and
No,
down.
but mostly mental. Mostly mental. Because right now, if you look at Draymond, most of his game is mental. He's considered like that bad boy type of guy.
For real? Draymond don't seem, he's not intimidating to me.
No, but the NBA thinks. That's how the NBA looks at it.
Yeah.
That's how the NBA looks at it.
Yeah, you're right. You right. I saw Charles Oakley said something about that. He's like the poor man, something. You right. That he's like the enforcer, the new age guy. Yeah, you right.
But also, he has to adapt to the new rules too now.
Yeah.
Back then, when Charles Oakley played, the rules was a little more lenient.
A little bit more lenient, Kev. Just like when we played, when I played quarterback, it was a lot more lenient. hey, twist your fucking helmet all kind of ways. They ain't called no foul.
My thing right now with them sacking the quarterback or hitting the quarterback.
No, that's terrible.
You have to show significant
that you're bracing
of trying to brace yourself and not trying to wrap the quarterback.
I mean, that's just, I ain't gonna lie, dog. I'm a quarterback. And I ain't gonna lie, if I was playing, I love the rule. Honestly. But as a fan watching it, now as a fan, I hate the rule. Because it's because you really see that it's not fair. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you ask, dog, fast ass 260, 280, sometimes, because guys aren't that big anymore. So close to 300-pound guy that's coming through full damn speed, coming through to knock the quarterback head off. First, he got to position his head the right way, make sure he doesn't hit his helmet. You know what I'm saying? Let's start there. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to make sure that when you do make impact, it's not too hard because you may get roughing. So now you got to make sure your head ain't touching. You may get a roughing. Now, you know what you got to do too, you big, fast, strong, athletic guy? You have to now, when you hit him, make sure you show that you're not going down intentionally to cause any more
harm,
force on impact. You have to visually show that you're trying to brace yourself. Get the hell out of here.
Y'all saying how the Eagles lost the other day?
Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was.
What do you think we talking about, Stu?
But I think but he was like late. Like Graham was late. Like,
it was.
He tried to stop, but he was late.
Okay,
and then
I was trying to I was going to let you finish, and let you finish talking and everything. It's one of those things to where we always talk about our mental. We are always taught to read and react as football players. Bam! I beat the defensive lineman. I'm going to and I'm a offensive player talking about this. I beat the defensive lineman. I'm going to get the quarterback at all costs. And how I get to him, I don't care. I don't care. And it's kind of like the receiver and the defensive back right now. It's an offensive league.
Oh, 100%.
Offensive league. And they even made it more offensive league when they started the rule with the quarterback.
100%. It's 7-on-7. The shit with the quarterback is crazy, bro. But what y'all pointed out, that bracing shit, man, you got to get that fucking bracing shit out of here, man. Like, that don't even make no sense, dude. Like, that makes no sense at all for him to have the brace. Now, this is the thing. I can understand, and you can use your own discrepancy with this or even review it. If a guy intentionally is coming down trying to, you know what I mean, elbow or, you know, like when we seen Haynesworth kick the guy a long time ago or some shit like that that's obvious like that, then yeah, flag him, do whatever you need to do. But for the shit we seen him do with Tom and all the other stuff over the last couple weeks, like, let's get the flags a break, dude. Like, come on, man. That don't even make no. Honestly, man, that takes away from the game because the reason why football is such, besides that, it's the ultimate team game in my opinion. It's because you have guys going out there and it's like you said, Kev, reaction.
Read and react.
Read and react. You're reacting. So to ask a guy to do all that, and I understand y'all want to keep the quarterbacks, the guys out there, the money makers happy. Oh shit! I sure wish I was one of the money makers for real.
But at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, shout out to all the defensive players that you can visibly see adjusting to the rule. Adjusting to the new rule. We may not like it.
It's true.
But shout out to it.
It's hard. It's hard to play defense. I ain't gonna lie. It's hard to play defense in the NFL. It's hard to play defense with the rules.
I think Stu pull up that Washington Philly play with the quarterback slide at the end of the game.
You got it? Oh, this is terrible. Mm-hmm. This is. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord.
And
look how crunk he is.
Hey, the crazy thing is you knew the ref was going to call it. Soon as his head went back.
He couldn't wait to throw that flag.
Soon as his head went back. You knew
Lord.
it.
Nah, that's terrible, man. Because the dude slid on his knees. Watch him, though. He slides on his knees and just, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, there's no helmet. This is what I'm talking about. This is one of the ones I'm talking about. Get this out of here. Oh, just absolutely terrible. And the physicality of the game is what's different from football and every other sport. You know, rugby's more physical than football now. Rugby. And they don't wear no pads. Let me tell you that right now. So if you might as well go ahead and turn this thing into touch. Okay? For the quarterbacks, you got to run past, two-hand touch the quarterback. And I'm going to tell you.
Like the Pro Bowl, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Oh,
hey,
that's flag football.
That's what the hell is going to get to. Two-hand
Man,
touch the quarterback. Everybody get.
Hey, I think I can play in that one.
What, two-hand touch?
Oh, yeah, man. I can still wiggle.
Shit, I can play two-hand touch.
I might not be fast as I used to be, but I know how to get skinny.
That's what I'm saying. I can play two-hand touch, sit back there and slang it. I know I ain't about to get hit. Shit.
I see you over there, Jay. I see you over there, Jay.
All they going to do is touch you. I'll play that. What else we got?
We got to talk about Kim Oki and them Tigers.
Mm-hmm. They been putting up that hundo.
They set a program record with 4 straight 100-plus points.
That hundo.
It's too good.
Like,
too good.
Let me ask you this: Who's the leading scorer on that team?
Angel
Do we know?
Reese.
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese had 15 rebounds the other night.
See, that's what I'm talking about right there, baby.
Either 15 or 16, but it's like that's what I was saying last week. Like Kim Oki's been making it like a big deal that like defense and rebounding is a staple of her teams.
That's because she knows they can score.
Yes.
Yeah. They
damn right. There's
who? They can clearly score, but
100 points.
Angel Reese
5 games. And how much she averaging?
She averaged 23.2 points a game, 14.8 rebounds, 2.5 steals, and 2 blocks.
It's stealing. Like it's literally like if you watch her play, you're like, okay, like
say that shit again.
To repeat
that shit, TJ.
Like, no,
to repeat.
I just put it up because
from that to repeat was from the what you up for again? The black what?
Mr. Black LSU.
Mr. Black LSU. You heard him.
23.2 points, 14.8 rebounds.
Jeez.
14.8 rebounds.
Jeez.
Almost 15 rebounds a game.
Shazam.
2.5. She's stealing the ball, and she
averaged 2 steals,
Yeah,
2.5 steals.
She
That's what's more impressive.
That's 4 easy points right
and
there.
she can like
That's damn near 3 steals a game.
and she can handle the
And
ball.
she got I'm telling you, like she drive the ball up the whole court.
She might as well be a combo guard.
What's the anticipation for this team? What are we thinking?
They're gonna be South Carolina.
Final four.
Oh, yeah.
That's the
play
first
them?
thing. They're gonna be South Carolina.
When they play them?
Let me pull it up for
You think they're gonna beat South Carolina?
and Tennessee.
Oh yeah, we in there.
Tennessee's looking good. They looking
supposed
like
to go to
a
game
Pat
the other
Summitt
day?
type of team.
Guess who next
what
though,
happened,
bro?
Kev?
Us? I ain't even gonna lie.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, dog. It was a long day. We were tired.
Us. We supposed to go to the game.
We were supposed to game the other day. We were tired, dog. I ain't lying.
I did go to the soccer game.
Yeah, you did go to
I did go to the soccer game.
I was tired, dog. We gonna get there.
They play South Carolina February 12th in South Carolina. Then I think they played them. No, they don't. Just one time.
They gonna upset that. They gonna upset that thing. They gonna win now, but they gonna be rolling there.
Carolina.
What Floze doing? What she
say.
doing? Let me know what she doing.
So next on the team in leading per game stats is the
Jasmine or
freshman Flau'jae Johnson.
Flau'jae, no disrespect.
She's averaging 14 points a game, and she's only seeing 18 minutes. 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, a steal, a block.
But all the guards rebounding, like even
all of them playing defense.
But we gotta shout out Jasmine Carson too because she had like 2 or 3 back-to-back threes the other night. I was like, yeah, keep giving her the ball for real.
She's a shooter.
Seems like it's on the rise.
Everybody can score. She had it. I think it was 2 nights in a row. Everybody on the team scored.
So if you would say right now, the expectation, because it was great expectations on these young ladies going into the season right now. We already know the great Kim Mulkey. Shout out to the great Kim Mulkey. I know I love me some Kim Mulkey now. Right now, we young in the season.
Yeah.
We young. We ain't really hit no love. We ain't hit no competition yet. So look at the schedule, TJ.
I'm looking.
When is our first where you see potential? Well, we might be in a little something.
When we get to the SEC.
You think till we get there, we won't play nobody out of conference before then?
I'll say.
I ain't talking about what we gonna lose or nothing
Tulane,
like that.
I'll say Tulane.
That's what I'm talking about. What we gonna see what
like,
we really about.
Tulane, I mean, you like.
Or maybe.
It's like that's like a 20, 30 point victory, you know. But Tulane they may give you some pressure. Like LSU
maybe
in the game.
New Orleans.
In the game we just played during the week at 11 o'clock, it was 20 to the other team was leading at the end of the first quarter.
Girls?
At the girls' game. And then they only scored 20 points for the rest of the game after that because the score was 47 to 1 or something.
Yeah,
but they also got the #1 recruiting class in the country. Kim Mulkey just signed the #1 recruiting class in the country.
Shout out to the great Kim Mulkey, man. There's nothing but great things on the horizon for LSU women's basketball. Hey, these boys got to catch up. They got to catch up.
They playing right now.
They playing right now?
Right now. The score is 20. Tonight they must be
12.
playing a little bit better because it's 28-12.
Who they playing?
New Orleans.
Oh, UNO. You know, the great Kim Mulkey is coming in with a great reputation. #1 recruit, great roster. She got. Listen, we're gonna have to go check them out, Kel.
No, you ain't got to worry about that. I am.
We going.
I am. It's
Don't
probably gonna be next week or something.
We going. Don't exclude me, dog. We gonna go check them out.
They play 2:00 Sunday.
They got it. Yeah, Sunday.
Yeah, I was just
I'm probably
about
gonna
to
go
say
today.
Northwestern State Sunday at 2.
And it's celebrating.
We
50
might go to
years
that
of
one,
women in
Kel.
sports.
Go to that. What?
It's celebrating 50 years of women in sports. That game.
That's a wonderful tribute. Who they got?
Northwestern State.
We going that one. Y'all said that too, my bad.
I'm a beater.
What else we got?
You saw LSU climb to number 6 in the rankings and playoff rankings.
In the playoff rankings.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
It don't.
It's wonderful.
Gotta keep winning.
Bingo.
Gotta keep that. What I'm saying. There you go, Stu.
Gotta keep winning.
Kel pointed that shit out earlier.
The more games you win, the more important those games become.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So after UAB, all you gotta do is win, win, win.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Nah, the crazy thing for me is, I know we playing UAB this week, but why is this kid from Texas A&M talking trash?
Man, look.
Who?
The dude from Texas A&M, he said they trying to piss in LSU cereal.
Who?
So, I think he's a receiver, right?
He plays for them?
Yeah, he plays for A&M.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem with A&M right now. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem with A&M right now. Y'all, they not focused on what the hell needs to get done. They got off week or something? Like, it don't even matter. Like, that's the problem, and that's why they are where they are, because he worrying about us right now, and we 3 weeks out. 2 weeks. Is it 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
My bad. 2 weeks. He worrying about us right now. Like, come on, man. I mean, listen. What he has to understand is
sweep around your own porch.
Yeah, and like, worry about what's going on with your program, your situation right now, because you guys has not lived up to expectations. You know what I mean? So this is like that. Come on, that's just bulletin board that you don't even get these boys. But go ahead and keep running your mouth. That's all. Like, keep running your mouth and keep getting them boys bulletin board material, because it's one thing you know, and it's the mantra of this team so far LSU so far, is they definitely are aware of like situations of what's going on, and they answer the bell. So I don't expect a letdown from them going forward. And the thing about it is this: even if you get a damn letdown, you win the SEC championship game, you still go on to do all the things that you want to do anyway. So Texas A&M, focus on Texas A&M.
So what do y'all think about in terms of, because the biggest controversy this week is if LSU does beat Georgia in an SEC championship, and we'd be a 2-loss team, but we'd be SEC championship.
Georgia
yet-
will go.
Yet Georgia was still.
Georgia
Georgia
lost
lost.
regardless.
But
Georgia
Tennessee beat LSU, and
Doesn't
they're saying
matter.
they beat us at home.
Doesn't
as
matter.
How the committee's gonna see it.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't
The
matter.
only way LSU don't go is if they lose. Other than that, they're in there, and then Tennessee will be out.
I
That's
still
just what it
think
is.
don't matter if LSU beat Georgia. Georgia's still in.
I do. So do I. I think LSU and Georgia. If LSU wins, Georgia's in. Georgia will be the second team in. That's what I think. If Georgia, the problem would be if Georgia beats LSU. Now Tennessee has a you know what I'm saying, a shot. Then,
Right.
But that's the only way Tennessee gets in is if Georgia beats LSU. If LSU win, LSU's in and Georgia's in my opinion.
Definitely.
Georgia will be a one-loss Georgia team. LSU will be national champion. You're not going to take a one-loss Georgia over one-loss. How many loss Tennessee got? 2 or 1? One loss Tennessee that you've beaten, and even consider a 2-loss Alabama. You know what I mean? So the only way Tennessee gets in is if Georgia loses, in my opinion.
True.
What do you think, TJ? I see your mind over there running, boy.
I don't know, because I look at it as if they ranked Tennessee #1 team. So at the time, the committee said Tennessee was the #1 team. When Tennessee went into the game
At that time, though.
against Georgia. So Georgia should have won that game. And so then it's going to look like, well, Georgia beat the #1 team in the country, yet lost the SEC championship, but is a one-loss team. But Tennessee beat Alabama and beat LSU at home in Death Valley. And
At
lost,
that time.
and lost, and they were the #1 team but at that time.
Yeah.
So all those things are going to go into consideration when they lay it all out on the table as to what 2 teams do you put from the SEC, because all 3 teams technically would deserve to go.
In your eyes.
Which is why they need
Yeah.
extenders.
In your eyes, at that time.
At that time.
When
That's what I
Tennessee
said
was
at
the
the time.
#1 team, who was the #1 team in your eyes?
Alabama.
Georgia.
Yeah.
Hands down. Georgia. Hands
Georgia.
down.
Georgia was a better team.
Hands down. I didn't understand that because Georgia had not, and I do understand Tennessee had not lost the game neither, but Georgia had not lost the game, and that's your
Georgia ain't lost the game.
But the thing about it, that's what I was just about to say. The thing about it too is Georgia's a defending national, and Georgia's been regarded as 1 or 2 regardless the entire year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tennessee came in,
how does that
earned their
happen?
stripes, and then jumped up to that position. And Tennessee's a fantastic team, but the only way Tennessee get in is if LSU loses,
Right.
in my opinion.
And then TCU still would have to.
I was about to say TCU.
TCU still would have to.
TCU is a still sneaky team too.
They're a sneaky team, but TCU they're the ones that like gotta impress at the end, even though they undefeated. Because TCU will still get pressed by Tennessee.
Oh yeah.
Tennessee, I feel like Tennessee.
I do.
Tennessee
I
better
think
than
Tennessee
TCU.
oppressed
Definitely.
TCU.
We
That's why
are
they need to
football
expand-
people, and
that's
we
why
know
they need
this
to
already.
Tennessee
expand.
oppressed
It's the
TCU.
computers that we arguing against right now,
but
y'all.
when you look at the
It's
SEC,
the computers we arguing
and now
against
you
right
look at TCU,
We know, we watch the games.
right? And even if you look at a 1-loss Tennessee against an undefeated TCU, now you look at who they've played
Yeah, that strength of
in that
schedule
conference
gonna talk.
over there with TCU. Now look at the SEC and who, like you pointed out, who Tennessee ranked. That'll come. I'm gonna take a 1-loss Tennessee over undefeated TCU.
Yeah.
TCU barely beat Texas, and Texas
But they
couldn't
not
even
gonna-
score on offense.
But that's where the politics get into it, because they not going.
Well, now it gets into what Kev talking about.
I'm gonna take a 2-loss SEC team.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying.
It might as well be
Straight
an SEC tournament.
No,
Straight
but it's true. It's true.
Literally.
I'm gonna take a 1-loss
And
Tennessee
then
over
at the end of the
undefeated
day, you can
TCU.
still Alabama was still a good football team. You
Right,
can't
right.
discredit that. So,
Hell
like I
no.
joke about an SEC tournament,
Alabama
you
would
could
be-
run all these games over again, and these all be good matchups.
It
amongst
may be
each other.
different outcomes.
Every time.
It may be different outcomes every time that they play.
Alabama would beat TCU by 4
Exactly, by a
touchdowns.
nutshell.
What you got?
The last one I got is Jaden Daniels named the semifinalist.
I thought you had some basketball or something on there. Jay Daniels
It's
named or
some-
what?
The semifinalist for the Davey O'Brien Award.
He deserves it.
He got some comp.
Who them dogs? You got
You got Stetson Bennett, Jaden Daniels, Max Duggan from TCU, Frank Harris, Sam
Stroud not
Hartman.
on now?
Yeah, he is. Hendon Hooker, Drake May, Grayson McCall, J.J. McCarthy, Tanner McAducci. I don't know how to say it. Mordecai, sorry. Bo Nix.
Hold the damn presses.
Michael Penix.
No. Fuck no. You're not about to get past that right there. That just what you just said the people's name was?
Mordecai.
His name is Mordecai.
You mistake Mordecai for what?
I'm trying to go fast.
Keep going, Stu. You
Bo
good,
Nix, Michael Penix Jr., Austin Reed, Cam Rising, Will Rogers.
Man, I'm telling you, that
Curtis
LSU
Rourke,
education ain't worth the
CJ
fuck,
Stroud,
bro.
DTR, Jordan Travis, Caleb Williams, and Bryce Young.
God damn, that's about 20 people you just named.
Hey, why so many people?
It's about 20 people, cuz.
What the final? How many people they cut the finals down to?
I guess like 4 or 5, huh?
So who's the top ones? Like that's too many people, dog.
I mean, that's the list they put out.
All right, so we'll make our own damn list. That's
the top
gracious.
ones I would say is Stroud, Caleb
Stroud,
Williams, Bryce.
Look at who's the top dogs. Stroud.
Stroud.
That's at Ohio State.
Caleb Williams.
Jaden Daniels. Let's put Jaden Daniels our own in there. That's
Bo
not
Nix. I would say Hendon Hooker.
I ain't gonna lie, that goddamn Bo Nix done went up there and resonated his damn career.
Drake May from North Carolina. He pretty good.
He's
Completing 70% of his passes. 34 to 3 interception touchdown ratio.
Be for real,
You
Stu.
ain't
You
winning,
really
Stu.
think he got a chance to get all the
That's what I'm trying to talk about.
You
Hey,
just
look,
said.
look.
Out of CJ Stroud, Caleb Williams, Bryce Young, hell, fuck
Look,
Jaden Daniels.
Look,
You think?
I'm telling
Hooker
y'all,
is at the front of the list. Let's start there.
Look, nobody
Hooker's
watches
yeah.
North Carolina football.
I
but
do.
I'm telling you, this
I've
Drake-
seen the
Dave
kids you talking
O'Brien
about.
Award
Drake May
winner.
kid is
I've
good.
seen he's straight.
He's gonna be a first
They
round
ain't playing nobody.
pick. He's gonna be a first round pick. Either
Listen,
way.
man, how many times we seen first round picks
But
of
I'm
that
just saying.
caliber? Like he's straight.
I'm just saying.
He in the same. What's the other boy that was at North Carolina that got drafted after 1 year?
Oh, you
Mitchell
talking about
Trubisky.
Mitch Trubisky?
Him.
Not Trubisky was. I never thought he was that good.
Where he at right now?
He was.
He was on
He
the
was starting,
Bears.
right?
He was on the bench.
No, he
was
was
in
starting this
Chicago.
year. At the beginning of the season, he was
Yeah,
starting
he was
somewhere.
starting for
I don't
somebody
know where
else.
he was. I never was a
It was a team that we know.
I never was a Trubisky
Yes.
fan.
Me neither.
Oh, the Steelers.
Yes.
That kid for Carolina is good, but he's not. He's not. He's good. He's good.
He not no Dave
He not-
O'Brien trophy winner.
He's not gonna win that thing, though. I'm talking about who in. You talking?
He got the best. I mean, besides Hendon Hooker, he probably got the best stats up here. Like,
What's their
He
record?
should.
This has already been
He
known
should,
and
though.
said
What's
that
their
stats
record,
not gonna win
Stu?
you an award.
That's what he always tell my says. What's their record, Stu? What's their record?
let me see.
North Carolina, you say, right?
Yeah,
Shout out to Dre Bly.
they number one in their conference
He
right now.
they DB coach.
Yeah.
9-1.
Yep. Shout out to Dre
9-1.
Bly.
So hey,
I take it back. Stu might have a point.
the
Shout out to
stats in
Coach
the
Brown.
record
Shout out to
match.
Coach
I
Brown.
take it back. Mac Brown over there.
Yeah, that's the head
I take it back. I take it back. Stu might have a point. Stu might have a point. Tell me his numbers now.
Oh, all right. Now you want to know his number.
Now you want to know the numbers.
No, don't
Just give me the
always
numbers, Stu.
admit when
Give me
I'm
the
right or
numbers, Stu.
wrong.
All right, all
Don't
right.
always admit when I'm right or
so,
wrong.
So he is 253,
What the hell is that?
361,
mean?
70% completion. That was his completion to attempts.
I got you. I see what you're
70%
saying.
completion rating,
Let that man finish, bro.
3,412 yards, 34 touchdowns, 3 interceptions.
I'll
You
definitely
gonna show
take
him
it
later?
back, Stu.
Huh?
I definitely take it back, Stu. I 100% take it back, Stu. Hey, he right up there. Those are phenomenal fucking numbers. Goodness gracious. If he in the season right now, them phenomenal numbers.
Then you got Caleb Williams, 63% completion rating, 3,010 yards, 31 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
That's unacceptable.
And CJ Stroud, 67% completion, 2,750 yards, 34 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
I like the Caleb
What
Williams.
about Jaden? Tell me Jaden's.
Jaden is 68.9% completion, 2,080 yards, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Different offense.
Yeah.
But I like Caleb and Jaden's because those are two guys that left programs, went to new programs, had to adjust. I know that Caleb has a lot more yards than what Jaden has right now, but the way Jaden offense is constructed is totally different than what Caleb is constructed because LSU has designed run play for their quarterback. I don't see USC having designed run play for Caleb Williams because he's a pocket passer. That's not something you want your quarterback to do in USC. So I'm very impressed by those two guys because being able to adjust and understand, guys that you haven't played with and understand them and them understand you as well.
100%. A little bit harder.
Yeah, for comparison in rushing, Jaden Daniels has 150 rush attempts, 629 rushing yards, and 10 touchdowns. Caleb Williams has 80 rush attempts, 283 yards, 6 touchdowns.
So they may run him down closer to the goal line.
Mm-hmm.
That's all that is. It's a bigger guy, right? Caleb Williams is a bigger guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, Kel. Shit, it's definitely harder coming in, learning the guy. You saw it. I mean, you saw it with Joe Burrow.
Man, anytime. It's going to take a year or two. And if you're doing your first year.
Yeah.
It's a tough group.
You wouldn't well, I kind of. No, I'm saying I kind of, you got to go off of the numbers, what they mean to their team, respectively. If you take those guys out, and I don't think, when you say this, it seems broad, but it's not, because if you take both of those guys, all of those guys, and this is where I judge it a little bit. If you take those guys out of that situation, what is the team? Like, what is LSU? What is Ohio State? What is TCU? What is those teams? You take those quarterbacks away from those programs, right? And can that team still sustain with whoever the backup is or just with someone else based on what's around them, right? What the talent level is around them. And all these guys got talent around them. All of them are filled with talent. You got receivers across the board, defensive guys across the board. So what now separates some guys? Now, I mean, you look at what the team's doing. Who's in contention for what? Who's in contention to win this and win this? All these guys are right now at this moment. TCU is, Ohio State is, LSU is.
They up there.
Where's USC ranked?
They up there.
They're all of
either
them,
right behind
all
LSU
right
or
up
seven.
Right behind
so they're
LSU,
all
right?
there
Yes.
and doing great for their respective program. And you pointed out what Kev talked about as far as like guys that came in and had to learn and did not have that year, that mulligan.
And not learn the offense. Because that's what you do as a football player. I'm talking about learn your teammates.
Yeah, well, Joe Burrow had to go through
learn your teammates. Yes.
Yeah, no,
yes.
I definitely.
Oklahoma, LA.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You right about that, TJ.
Well, that's why I say it's everything you had to learn when Joe Burrow came here. Your surroundings. You had to get the class. You had to learn buildings. You had to learn everything that goes into being a student athlete, not just playing football. That's the other part of it. Mm-hmm. But now a new culture, new everything. You know what I mean? And you have a segmented amount of time to get that done. You know what I'm saying? So it's all that bullshit. And I don't know. It's a great group, though. That's a fucking great group. That's a phenomenal group.
Shit, yeah.
My God, that's a phenomenal group. And all of them making great decisions with the football.
Mm-hmm. Right.
My God. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What we got?
That was it.
All I had, unless you want to talk about some men's basketball.
Yeah, the Pale. What about the Pales? Why we ain't talking about the Pale? Is Zion playing? I ain't even watching.
No, Zion been out.
He been out again?
He hurt his ankle.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't know nothing about the Pales.
They won last night, though.
And they won against Memphis.
They got a good young team. They just need him. They need that superstar. They need like that difference maker, which is him.
Let him get healthy, bro.
Yeah,
but I
know you're right.
And understanding some people that I've talked to, which are people that are close to and higher up, this is a pretty good basketball team without Zion.
They are.
The floor is more space when he's not there.
They good. They excellent. They showed it from last year. That's why I just said they're a good team without. Well, bro, he puts them over the fucking top.
True,
man.
true.
He puts them over the top, bro. Like he absolutely 100% put them over the top, man. And they need him. I'm with you though. Get him healthy. Let them boys
and that's
continue
crazy
to grow.
for a young kid to be that and have that effect on a professional NBA team.
No.
That
It's like Ja Morant.
you got yes, definitely. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Stu.
He the ultimate dog.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
He the ultimate dog. Him.
Ja almost beat the boys by himself.
No, he the ultimate dog.
I was so mad I forgot about that game happening in New Orleans.
Ja.
Yeah.
Hey, but bro, like is Zion like Zion?
I've been was supposed to say shout out to my boy.
Who they got?
Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown
Boston?
come into town.
When?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was just about to look, but I just.
Boy, y'all done told K.F. something. Look at him. You see that Tish. You gotta calm down, Tish.
Nah, we can't go, boy.
His antennas just went off. You seen his antennas go up?
Oh, but she know we can't go. They got a bigger contest tomorrow night that we have to go to.
We speaking off air to my sister. That's Tish over there. She don't want to come on camera, but we're gonna give her a shout out.
Yeah, that's my wife. That's my wife, ladies and
There you
gentlemen.
go.
Yeah, Karen Crow and Acadiana High play tomorrow night.
And that's a playoff.
I know
game
you
too.
can't
go.
Second
What's
round
that,
of
second
playoffs.
round?
Second round of playoffs. So you know
Who
it's all.
favorite,
Who you
Kev?
got?
Well, Acadiana beat them 21-20 in the regular
all right.
season,
Oh,
the
that
finale
is
in the
gonna be
regular
a
season.
dog fight.
So it's
It's gonna
one of
be a
them
dog
games,
fight.
dog. So yeah, you know. My
I'm a
God.
dog fight right now.
Can't wait to get there. I messed around and tailgated last time they played and barbecued. My wife talking about, you gonna barbecue? Nah, I promise you not.
Hey, for y'all that don't know, that boy Kev makes some mean ribs. That boy makes some mean ribs. I mean some mean ribs. You hear me? Championship barbecue caliber. You hear me?
It takes time. You
Put them things down.
gotta
boy.
keep doing them. Gotta keep
No
working on
sauce too. That's what I'm talking about. That one you know you don't need it, boy. No sauce, boy. Well, we got predictions. UAB.
Jay,
I
yeah,
didn't
you go
even have
first.
one in my head.
Well, cause you gotta come up with one. What do you mean you don't have
All
one in
we
your
do
head?
is win, no
Jesus.
matter what.
Come on now. You playing? I don't have one in my head. Put one in your
It's
head.
a weird game to think about.
Maybe like I'm gonna
Here
give
you go, backing
UAB
up.
17 points.
That's a lot of goddamn
Like
points.
13. I don't know. That's kind of tricky. Like, maybe like, skip me for a second. I'm not gonna take nobody's score.
No, ain't nobody skipping you. Give us a score. We ain't about to skip you because then somebody gonna say something. You gonna be like, yeah, that do sound good.
Like 13-35, 35-13 LSU.
Okay, 35-13, Jay.
I had to use my brain for a
Jeezy, what you got?
I got like 42-10 LSU. Like we should be able to score in the defense. The way the defense holding up, I believe in the defense, but we should, like you said, this is that. Like, I mean, you want to get it moving for real. So we've had success, but bounce back from Arkansas, bounce back from the Bama's high, put some points on the board. Jaden probably gonna do some running around. Would like to see them get the wide receivers involved.
They got to get that back going.
Yeah,
they got to get their
O-line tighten up.
They got to tighten up. Yeah.
I
want to see the running game get going. Honestly, I want to see the running game get going. So, what's your score?
I said 42-10.
Okay. Stewie?
49-14.
Boy, you came up with that shit quick, didn't you?
49-14. I think this might be a day we see walk out. Might see a little nuts, a little walk out.
I was thinking 48.
You gonna see nuts. You gonna see nuts.
Yeah, I would say
you
like
nuts.
this would be like a game where we want to get our backups in, like you said, develop that depth and get guys that haven't played this year that's probably gonna redshirt, get them in the game, let them play, let them see the field, let them see the stands, everything like that. Get them used to it.
Yeah.
So 49-14.
Okay. I say, OGZ got it. I'm gonna go before the OGZ. I'm gonna say LSU gets back on track offensively. I'm gonna say they really establish the run game. They get it out to their playmakers, and get back going with the game plan, kind of sort of what they thinking they could use against some things that they want to work on and see against Georgia, some things that they may want to work on against A&M. But I think they're going to use the UAB game as a way to get back on track, and especially to see some things looking forward ahead to the SEC championship. And I'm not saying that they're looking over A&M, but I think that with this Brian Kelly offense and with Brian Kelly and what I've seen from him since he's been here, he's a very thought out individual. And everything they do with the analytics, everything that they do with now in the position that they're in, that they didn't think that they were going to be in, I think that he's going to, and them as a staff with the great Coach Davis, the great offensive line coach that we have now. And
shout out to
Coach Brad Davis. And they're going to do some things and try some things and work on some things in anticipation for that game. Because in my mind, I know that they know that is ultimately win, lose, or draw. We win that game. We go to some other heights right now this year. And so I think they're going to work on some things. They're going to get some things back on track. Defense is going to be lights out as usual. Ain't nothing going to change there. We're going against an inferior opponent offensively.
UAB got a pretty good running back.
Man, I don't give a damn. I know he's a leading rusher in the country and all that. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not saying he's not going to produce. He's not going to do some good things. You know, he probably will. But I'm saying against us right now and where we're trying to go, these guys are going to stay focused. These guys are going to get locked in. Matt House his track record thus far has been, I'm shutting shit down after a certain point when I know what you're doing, and I'm going to let these boys go, and they're going to do what they do. 38-10 LSU.
Like that.
Yeah, I should just took a number away from it, but I'm cool with that. I'm good with that. I'm going to go 40-17. Go 40-17. Everybody already touched on it. We feel like we're going to have a good game just in general as a team, but at the same time, we got to understand that with this game, we got to play some young guys.
Yep.
Some young guys have to get some experience. Some young guys have to understand, the course of a game. And if we're playing well early, the older guys might be out early.
That's a good
I
thing.
want them sitting down.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So
games back to back.
Exactly. So I think that when you have young guys playing defense, sometimes the communication is a little difficult for them. So they miss a couple of calls and a couple of receivers get wide open. And I think, they score a couple of touchdowns off of mistakes. But, 17 points is what I give them.
So what's your score, Kerr?
40-17.
40-7. That's a good score. Yeah. That's a good score. The one collective thing about the group is, all of us have these guys getting back on track. All of us have these guys knowing that last week was that kind of game what it's going to be, and now it's kind of like what we talked about earlier with guys in preparation for the season, with the preseason and regular season and so on and so forth. So now for LSU, it's kind of like that fourth quarter. In my opinion, you've gone through the early part of your season, you've gone through the gauntlet of your season, and now here we are, I guess third quarter of your season, to where we didn't think that we would be in this position to be in Atlanta, but we're here. So refocus, regroup. Now, I'm sure the goals were to get there, you know what I mean? Because you have to put them up there.
Always.
Right? You got to put them up there.
That's the expectation.
You're right. You got to raise the expectations. But as coaches, I'm sure you realistically know what you can accomplish. And it's not even so much based on the talent you have in front. It's just based on these guys having all they had to do. Like Kev pointed out, the little things that I don't know, because Kev was a coach and knows the little things of how to build a program, that he knows the obstacles that he pointed out. That is why these guys being here at this point right now is so astronomical.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's really amazing. You know what I mean? And it's hats off to Brian Kelly, his staff, though, like Kev pointed out, those players and young players.
Definitely the players.
Yeah. I mean, shit, you already know.
It was
Boy.
a whole
You ain't
cult-
got
it was a-
players,
it
you
was a
can't
cult-
do it, baby.
But it was a culture shock for them, though.
It is.
They was adapted to something else, and then they had to adapt to a whole new regime and everything. So shout out to them, man. Big up to the player.
100% to take a hold of what they wanted and to have us in this position that we're in now. It's a tribute to the players, man. It's a tribute to the players and being able to take it from the field, from the classroom to the field. Ain't no such thing as a dumb jock, dog. Believe that. All this thing you pointing out, all the things that these guys have to go through. So we got our predictions. We look at a get back on track week for the Tigers. We look forward to next week talking about a great victory and a great performance and leading into last road game against a flopping ass A&M team right now. And we'll see what they do. They worrying about us so badly. You know what I'm saying? They need to worry about themselves right now at this point. And that program, whoever this kid was that said that dumbass shit. But shit. Listen, for Stu, O'Peasy came in a little bit late, but for O'Peasy,
Shout out O'P.
Shout out to O'Peasy. Yeah, I see OP back there. TJ, man, y'all. We got TJ thing. Do we got something for TJ?
Yeah.
Did we put it together? Why ain't nobody answering me though?
I gotta find that.
Listen,
I can't answer because I'm lost.
Yeah, not you, Kel. They know who I'm talking to. But look, y'all go ahead and vote for my main man. Listen, great ambassador, black ambassador to LSU country, LSU nation. Ever since he hit the program, an asset to the community. You know what I mean? Does exemplary work in the community ever since day one. Volunteers himself. Don't do it for no profit, but because of what he wants to do and because of what he's led to do. So y'all go ahead and go vote. Where to vote and where you can vote at, dog?
The link gonna be in the Instagram bio.
Can we put the link on here somewhere?
We can put it on the page tomorrow.
Put it on there tomorrow. When's the voting ending? Tomorrow, right?
Voting ends at 5:00 tomorrow.
Oh, 5 o'clock. Okay, so we're gonna put it on the link early. Like soon as we get out of here, we're gonna put it up there. And y'all go in, man. Come back, vote for my main man, TJ, man, so that he.
You got to put us through.
Yeah, I got to put up, but it's.
Don't worry about it.
Jump through a lot of hoops.
We're gonna give. We're going through a lot. We're gonna give him a mother.
I just want to make sure, man. I just want to make sure he was good.
This motherfucker. Yeah, but y'all go vote for my dog, TJ, man. But for Stu gonna redeem. Stu, you gonna redeem yourself next week?
Yeah, I'm gonna redeem myself.
We gonna do it next week, my dog. For my dog, Stu, TJ, I go vote for TJ, Jay, myself, and Kel speaks for himself. That's my dog.
You already know all threes, all day, every day.
Hey, good luck. Who we got? Acadiana and Karen Crow?
Karen Crow, Acadiana tomorrow night. It's gonna be cold too.
I know.
Yeah, them cold high school games different.
I'll be there. They got hot chocolate.
I was just about to say, man, some hot chocolate.
They got hot chocolate and vodka.
Oh, all right.
Hot chocolate and vodka. I just was about to say hot chocolate and vodka sound good, but no, it doesn't.
No, that sounds.
Hot chocolate and some brown, maybe. I know you're not gonna get that, but I would like some brown with mine. Some Jameson, please.
I can add that.
Oh, dear shit. That boy say he wants some hot chocolate and vodka. Oh, not me, Kev. You try to.
It's all good. I got my own preference.
Yeah, you do. Hey, and we're gonna drink separately. From a dog, we out, man. We're gonna be back next week on Where my dog's at? We're gonna be back.